Welcome to Talk to the Doctor, the podcast where we bring your most pressing health questions straight to trusted medical experts. I'm your host, Emily Johnson. Thank you for joining us today on Pure Natural Health, your companion on the journey to better health naturally and gracefully. Today, we're talking about something that many of you have written to us about: joint pain after the age of 50. Whether it's your knees aching when you climb stairs or your shoulders feeling stiff in the morning, this discomfort can feel like it sneaks up on you. Is it just a natural part of aging, or is there something more going on? And more importantly, what can you do about it? To help us understand what's really behind joint pain, I'm joined today by Dr. David Miller, a leading physician in geriatric health with over 20 years of experience helping older adults live active, pain-free lives. Dr. Miller, thank you so much for being with us today. Dr. Miller, let's start simple. Why do so many people experience joint pain after the age of 50? What's actually happening inside the body?
That's a great question, Emily. Joint pain after 50 is incredibly common, and it often stems from a combination of natural aging processes and lifestyle factors. As we age, the cartilage that cushions our joints begins to wear down. This cartilage acts like a shock absorber between the bones. When it thins out, bones can start to rub against each other, leading to pain, stiffness, and even inflammation. We also produce less synovial fluid, that's the natural lubrication inside your joints, so movement can feel rougher and more uncomfortable. Another factor is decreased muscle mass. Our muscles help support the joints. When we lose muscle, our joints take on more strain, especially in areas like the knees, hips, and lower back. I'd also like to mention something many people don't realize. Inflammation plays a big role. Certain foods, lack of movement, and even chronic stress can contribute to low-grade inflammation in the body, which may aggravate joint pain. And of course, for some, underlying conditions like osteoarthritis, rheumatoid arthritis, or past injuries may accelerate or worsen the symptoms. The good news is, this is not something you just have to live with. There are effective ways to manage and even reverse some of the contributing factors, and we'll get into those shortly.
That's very reassuring. So, if someone is starting to feel joint pain, what signs should they not ignore? When is it time to seek medical help?
Excellent point, Emily. While occasional stiffness or mild discomfort after activity is quite normal, there are a few warning signs that should not be ignored. If the pain is persistent, lasting more than a few weeks, or if it interferes with daily activities like walking, dressing, or even sleeping, it's time to speak with a doctor. Also, look for swelling, redness, or warmth around the joints. These could indicate inflammation or even infection. Sudden severe pain, especially if it occurs after a fall or injury, could be a sign of a fracture or ligament damage, which needs immediate medical attention. And here's one more thing to watch out for. If the joint pain is accompanied by morning stiffness that lasts more than 30 minutes, particularly in multiple joints, it may suggest rheumatoid arthritis or another autoimmune condition. The earlier we detect and address these issues, the better the outcome. In fact, many of my patients who came in early were able to avoid surgery or long-term medication simply by making lifestyle changes and starting the right treatment plan.
That brings us perfectly to my next question. Are there natural ways to relieve joint pain without relying on medications?
Absolutely, and I'm glad you asked because that's what I focus on with most of my patients. First and foremost is movement. Low-impact exercises like walking, swimming, or Tai Chi can strengthen the muscles around joints and keep them flexible. A sedentary lifestyle actually makes joint pain worse. Next is nutrition. A diet rich in anti-inflammatory foods, such as omega-3 fatty acids from fish or flaxseed, plenty of leafy greens, berries, ginger, and turmeric, can make a significant difference. At the same time, reduce processed foods, sugar, and red meat, which can worsen inflammation. Weight management is also crucial. Even losing 10 pounds can dramatically reduce pressure on weight-bearing joints like the knees, hips, and lower back. Some people also benefit from natural supplements like glucosamine, chondroitin, or collagen, though these should be discussed with the doctor. I also recommend gentle stretching, hot and cold therapy, and in some cases acupuncture. And don't underestimate the power of restful sleep. Your body heals best when well rested. These approaches may not bring instant results, but over time, they build a stronger, healthier foundation for joint function.
That's so helpful. Do you have any real-life examples, perhaps a patient whose joint pain improved through natural methods?
Yes, I have a great example that I think many listeners will relate to. One of my patients, Linda, is 67 years old. She came to me struggling with knee pain that made it hard to go grocery shopping, let alone enjoy her gardening, which she loves. She was hesitant to take long-term medication, so we created a natural action plan. She started walking 20 minutes a day, adopted a Mediterranean-style diet rich in vegetables, and cut back on soda and processed snacks. I also referred her to a yoga instructor for joint-safe stretching routines. After 3 months, her pain had reduced by over 50%. She was able to kneel her garden again and even signed up for a beginner's dance class at the local community center. Linda's story reminds us that small, consistent changes can lead to big transformations, especially when we're patient and kind with our bodies.
What would be your top 3 takeaways for listeners who are dealing with joint pain today?
I love summarizing with practical advice, so here are my top 3 takeaways. 1. Keep moving gently, but consistently. Movement is medicine for the joints. The less you move, the more you'll hurt. 2. Eat for your joints. Focus on an anti-inflammatory diet and stay hydrated. Your food can be your strongest support or your worst trigger. And 3, don't wait to get help. Joint pain is not just a part of getting older that you have to accept. Talk to a healthcare provider early. The sooner you act, the more options you have. And I'll add a bonus tip. Listen to your body, but don't let fear keep you from enjoying life. There's a lot you can do to feel better naturally.
Thank you so much, Dr. Miller, for all the insights and the hopeful message today. To everyone listening, remember, your health is in your hands. Aging doesn't have to mean living with pain. With the right knowledge and gentle care, you can stay active, joyful, and vibrant. If today's conversation resonated with you, please consider subscribing to Pure Natural Health so you never miss a new episode of Talk to the Doctor. And if you know someone over 50 struggling with joint pain, do them a favor, share this episode with them. Until next time, I'm Emily Johnson, wishing you strength, comfort, and natural healing. Take care and talk to the doctor again soon.